All right, cool. Let's look at a couple things. Audio is not going to be great on this, and I do apologize for that. But I've had a couple students ask me how to find the vocabulary assignment because the submission is coming in, and I'm not sure where the assignments are coming from or the vocabulary words are coming from. It could be the book, but we don't do the vocabulary. You can study it from the book, but what I really want you to hyper focus on is the vocabulary from the government website. California Department of Real Estate has their own glossary of terms. I do apologize, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I don't have my screen on. But let me just show you dre.ca.gov glossary of terms is going to bring up the glossary of terms. There are 35 pages. It's technically 34 and a half. I know it says 36, but something you're going to find out with the government and everybody else is that they will leave pages intentionally blank. And as I said, it's 34 and a half because on page 35 is a total 35 pages. It only does half the page. Now this can be updated for next year. These are the vocabulary terms that I want you to study because these terms and these definitions are what the exam questions are based off of. So in your student portal, I have a student portal account set up. This is your home page. Now, for those of you that are like, well, I'm not with Glendale Community College, Kathy, I'm with LACCD or I'm with UCLA. Actually, I have created each of the home pages to be very close to the same thing. You might not be in Real Estate 130. You might be in Real Estate 005 or RE005, RE00, or sorry, RE001, RE014. Usually RE, it'll identify which of these. Now, it is the California Department of Real Estate is one government company or agency, right? And they have one set of terms and they have one glossary. And I will piece parts of that glossary over all of my real estate classes. And if you're in all of my real estate classes, either for your salesperson or your broker's exam preparation, you're going to find, wait a minute, I did pages like this, but I'm going to try to make it so that you're not doing the same pages. There's 754 vocabulary terms that you should be familiar with. And we've talked about that in a previous Zoom, a live Zoom, and I can link that. But this is supposed to be a really quick explanation on how to get to the vocabulary assignments. So if you go under modules, one thing I will always say in my classes, click on modules. It will show you week 1, week 2, and so forth, right? Under week 1, as an example, vocabulary week 1. Let's click on it. We're going to scroll down. It gives you an explanation. It says there's 27 terms. And then it goes, hey, this is basically what I'm asking from you. The glossary of terms states the following. Now, the glossary of terms per the Department of Real Estate says that abandonment is the failure to occupy and use property that may result in a loss of rights. This is the way the abandonment's explained in the California Department of Real Estate glossary of terms. So I put it down here. The next section, personal interpretation. I was like, what would my personal interpretation be? Abandonment means like taking an animal to the SPCA. When it comes to real estate, if you abandon a property, it is possible to lose the right of ownership of said property. Another thing you could say is you've terminated your right to the property the moment you walk away. You're basically handing the property back over to the powers that be. Now, if you look below, on page, now I know it says here is page 11. That's letting you know in that glossary of terms that if you want to go look at the PDF, you can look at page 11. But the terms on that page are actually put in, and these are the terms and the definitions from page 11 from the glossary from the Department of Real Estate. Now, this is assignment 1 for this particular class in module 1. So it looks like divisor is the last word and the first word is debenture. Okay, now that's in the assignments Now let's go to, that was week 1. Let's go to module 2, week 2. So week 2, vocabulary. Instructions, there's 23 terms. I'm going to ask you to do 1 page per week. Now, for UCLA students, you're doing 2 or even 3 pages per week, but you're working on a 5-unit assignment, whereas it seems like the majority of my other schools are doing 3 units. So I've got to up the ante with you guys on vocabulary terms, and we have some other stuff we do in class during lecture time. But again, you'll see same instructions, what this term means, the way I presented it from a personal opinion. Now, this is supposed to be page 12 of the glossary of terms. Directional growth is the first word, and if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, effective date of value is the last set of vocabulary terms for the glossary. And this is me copying and pasting in from the California Department of Real Estate. Now let's go back over to modules. Let's make sure, because I want to make sure that each week we'll do the first 3 weeks, and then I think you guys will be fine. Week 3, vocabulary, week 3. Hello, instruction, PDF. There's 23 terms, hopefully. It's not the same 23, right? So again, we have the explanation of how to express. The term has already been expressed by the glossary of terms, and now this is my version of my personal interpretation. And it starts with the words effective interest rate. And if we scroll down, the last on number 23 is estimate. Now there's other instructions down here. It shows you that there is a link for the full glossary of terms, can be found down here. But and then also I have a previous student that actually built a Quizlets for all 754 vocabulary terms that you guys can use. And if you don't have a Quizlets account, just ask for mine. I'm more than willing to share. But the terms are in here and readily available to you. If, however, you do not scroll all the way down to the bottom, please review the PDF of the attached Department of Real Estate glossary of terms. That's at the bottom of this page. Read the description of each word, then take that information and put it into your own words as if you were creating your own version of a glossary of terms. Please do not exceed 1 sentence per term with your interpretation. Also, please note that there are 23 terms on this page, 1 page a week per course. So in order to get full credit, all terms on the page need to be interpreted in your own words. We will not exceed working on 1 complete page of the glossary of terms per week. The learning exercise for this assignment is to become familiar with the California Department of Real Estate terms. It is imperative that you learn the language of the real estate law, that the glossary of terms is directly from the Department of Real Estate website and is managed by the DRE. This list will always be the most up-to-date list associated with the state exam. Okay, those are the instructions. Now, they can be confusing. I purposely posted the vocabulary terms I want you to work on here. If you submit vocabulary terms from your book, those are not the ones in the instructions. So I'm asking for your help. How can I make this far more beneficial to you as a student to understand what it is that I'm asking of you? So this recording is going to be on my next set of classes and is going to be available for all my students that are in class this semester as well. But as time progresses, we will change this video out to make it far more beneficial for you. Okay. Let me know. I'm an email away. I'm a Google Voice text message away. I am here for your real estate success. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to end the video. I hope you're having a great day.